Hello, this is Gary Marr from Window Community College. This screen capture is for my CS students at GCC, and it's a little tutorial on how to connect to WebDav, or how to connect to the H or S drive from off campus. This tends to be a little bit easier than the FTP instructions that are also been floating around either on my site or on GCC. WebDav is a facility which is built into Windows. It allows you to connect to drives remotely from your home computer. You can connect to your H or your S drive. For most of the web classes, you're going to have access to public.ww, which is a folder which is a folder that sits on your H drive. So if you click on the H drive on campus, you'll see that you have a public.ww, and when you use this process to get your H drive, you'll see the same. So from here, I want to start off by getting the help document for this site. So above here, https www.dcaz.edu technology-help saving documents. If you simply type in H drive inside the search box here, that will be enough to bring up this page, which is on accessing your documents. The first part of it is accessing it from campus. This part is accessing it from off campus. Two sections. One is WebDav and the other is FileZilla. Both of these work, but FileZilla tends to be a little bit more confusing. So we're going to look at Windows 10 WebDav Secure Connection. All of the instructions you'll need are right in here. You got to be careful with the way you put your slashes. There's forward slashes on one part of this, there's backward slashes on another part of it. But if you follow these instructions step by step, you should be able to make the connection. So now what I'm going to do is kind of walk through a little bit of this, but mine, I've already made this connection once, so you're going to see some residual stuff here from before. So first thing you'll do is you'll connect on the click on the network connection, and then right click so you can see show more options at the bottom here. When you do that, you want to map a network drive. You want to map to your H drive on campus. So there it is. Now yours is simply going to say H. Mine has got this other information, as is when I click on folder, it's got this other information because I filled that in the past. So you're going to find from the instructions this is exactly what it might look like, except the last part of it is going to be your MEID and not mine. I would click both boxes, okay, and then hit whoops, I guess it didn't stick there, and then hit finish. Once you hit finish, you're going to come up with this screen here. You should have mcc.org/ then your user ID, and then simply put in your password the same as you would if you were on campus. Remember the credentials and click OK. If everything works correctly, what you should see next here is a file list that has all the files that you have available to you on your H drive. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Let's see, let's bring it down here. Let's try this one more time. I also took a different option that time. Well, I did a different option, but I had done this prior, so let's make sure this is still working the way it should. H drive, let's kick in this. And let me hit finish. I'm not going to connect with different credentials this time. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to. Okay, apparently I'm already connected. All right, so I'm already connected. And let's see here. There, I'm sorry, it was higher up my list. I did connect. It showed up here as HTTPS, my files. I was expecting it to be in the network folder, but it wasn't. Here are all of the folders in my H drive, including the one that you're going to have to be concerned with, called public.www. If you open that, these files, or these folders anyways, contain information which would be accessible on the internet using the GCC student webpage link, web.gcc.edu/tilde, which is a sideways FS. It's the top key shifted, and that would bring up all of this information based on its folder. So you're going to create a folder called SAS166AA, and then you're going to create subfolders called Assignment 1, Assignment 2. Now this has got some other stuff in here because these are demo projects that I have available that I show you over the internet. So you're just simply going to want Assignment 1, Assignment 2, Assignment 3. And then also you're going to want to put in a file called Student Z. And we'll talk about this in class next week. But Student Z is simply a web page that basically maps to all of your assignments that exist on your public.www webpage. So if you have any questions about that or any help, please let me know. We'll also go over this in class. Well, I hope this helps, and this technology makes it a little bit easier, I think, than using FTP. Fewer problems.